I actually did not feel bad when Tracy, the boys, and the rest left, because I knew what we were doing was right, and it felt good. We would finally make a stand. Sort of. No more retreating and firing blindly over our shoulders as we ran for our lives. We were taking the fight to her, and it gave me goosebumps just thinking about it. "This is a great setup," Brian said, coming up to me as I surveyed the highway below us. "Plenty of clear firing lines and ample opportunity for escape." "You ever killed a human?" I asked without turning. "I've killed dozens of zombies," he responded. "I didn't say zombies," I told him, now turning to look him in the eyes. "What are you talking about, Mike?" he asked with a what-the-hell expression. "I'm asking, have you ever killed an air-breathing human with thoughts, feelings, and a hope for the future before? In the Army?" "More times than I'd like to count," he told me solemnly. "Why?" he asked cautiously. "Well, not that I consider the stupid bastards that hooked up with Eliza to be much above the zombies, but she has at least 100 or so human sympathizers that help her move her horde around and give her nourishment when she runs a little low on fresh stock." "Are you shitting me, Mike?" Brian said, getting a little green around the gills. "Not at all. And those are the ones I want to target." I wasn't sure what to expect with this mission, but I guessed that wasn't it. I was really kind of expecting a giant mob of zombies to be coming down the highway and we would just let gobs of lead fly. "Oh, we're still going to let gobs of lead fly, just at a different target than you were expecting." Brian walked away, maybe regretting his decision to stay behind, maybe not. I was glad he was here either way. "How much time do we have?" BT asked, sitting on the rear hatch of one of the new trucks Ron had given us. New in years, not in looks. Ron was going to be pissed. The one he had given me had been blemish-free. It now looked like we took it through an industrial flaying machine, whatever that would entail. Bowling ball-sized divots creased the hood. The moose damage nearly obliterated. Well, that was one positive. "Are you putting on new socks?" I asked BT, shielding the sun from my eyes. "Yeah, Brian gave them to me. They're really nice." "They make socks in your size? I just figured you used old canoe covers." "Have I told you lately how funny I think you are, Talbot?" BT said, muscling a sock over his left foot, stretching it well beyond its capacity. "You've got those things stretched so wide they look like fishnets," Gary said as he walked by to set up a tripod with a spotting scope. "Two Talbots, half the fun," BT roared. "To answer your question, we've got maybe 2 days," I told him, turning back to the roadway. I was almost able to see the leading edge of the evil that was coming. "You know I love me some good plinking, but don't you think we should maybe up our arsenal a little?" BT asked as he put his shoes on. The image of BT wearing fishnet stockings gave me a smile that I made sure to quell before I turned to talk to him. "Yeah, the Big Five didn't pan out quite like I had hoped. If this one is dry, there's a good chance everything in this vicinity is pretty much tanked. So I hate to ask, but what's your plan?" "You're not going to like this," I told him honestly. "Again with the shockers today. House to house." "What? Are you insane, Talbot? Wait, don't answer that. I'd rather not hear it. You know that's a good way for us to get our heads blown off." "I think it's a wonderful idea," Mrs. Deneau said. She had been resting in the front seat. "I'm nearly out of cigarettes." "Great. I'll grab the Camels under a hail of fire," BT yelled. "That would be wonderful, dear," Mrs. Deneau answered him in all seriousness. "You two deserve each other," BT said, pointing between Mrs. D and me. Deneau winked at me. I was 2 parts amused and 1 big part scared shitless. BT stormed off, digesting my words. "He's very dramatic for such a large man," Mrs. Deneau said, looking at his retreating back. I thought I was the only one that didn't think before they spoke. I laughed. She pawed at me, but she had a merriment in her eyes that I had never seen before. Strange times we were living in.
To keep listening to this audiobook, I've left you a link in the description so you can do it, at no cost thanks to Audible's 30-day free trial.